How's it going, everybody? It's Nick Daniels coming at you live with the exact same setting that I just shot in for the last 8 videos. Coming at you live here yet again, and today we're gonna be talking about some fucking anime. Because I'm a nerd. It's like fucking Dirty Zach. Oh. So anyway, yeah. So I want to talk about Boruto. I don't fucking know what his name is. We're not gonna say it ever again. It's illegal on this channel. If you say that name, you get permanently banned. Yeah. So I don't like the anime. So, I kind of want to talk about that real quick. So, I don't know, there'll probably be some spoilers of some kind, to some degree, of any Naruto, or any of that stuff going on. So, just prepare yourselves. So, I tried watching a few episodes of that, of the show we do not speak of. And I'm telling you, it's just this, like, punk-ass kid. Dude, like, he comes in there, like, this is just a full rage, by the way. Like, don't take this too seriously. He comes in there, like, for first episode, and he's just, like, bitching that his dad's not around. He's like, oh, yeah, my dad's working overtime, and I never get to see him. I was like, okay, don't get your complaint there, bud. He's like, putting food on the table. I mean, I if anything, I'd be like, wow, my dad's a fucking badass. He, like, literally runs our entire village, and, yep, he's, like, the second strongest guy, or tied for the strongest person in the world. So, yep, I should probably just bow down. But he doesn't. He's just like, yep, my dad's not around, so I hate him. I hate dad. Yep, dad could literally just be like, and just fucking kill you in, just like a karate chop. Like the fucking, just the old Rasengan. Just, and just like, oh, he's gone. Yeah, and like he could literally just kick him in the head, and he'd be like just gone. Oh. Yep, and it's just, oh, so yeah, that could happen. But no, I mean, I'm pretty proud, man. Like, I mean, anybody who watches that show, they watch it for the exact same fucking reason. They watch it for Naruto, because, like, he's just banging Hinata, and he's just like, yep. And she's like, oh my. And he's like, oh, yep, Shadow Clone Jutsu, and, yep, now one takes you from the other side. Oh, yep. And he's like, oh, thank you. And, yeah, she loves it. She loves just the fucking gulk. But, no, seriously, though, like, I just can't fucking stand this kid. And, I think why, like, Naruto works so well, or Naruto, or whatever you say it, is frankly because, well, for one, I think it just resonated with a lot of people, because a lot of people that I know that have watched the show were younger, so they, like, kind of grew up watching the show, right? And then it was like, holy fuck, this kid's awesome. And it's like, it's classic, man. It's like when he's sitting on the swing set and he can't get into the academy. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna be a loser forever. And it plays the song. It's like, you know, the sad music, and he's just like, dun, 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 and he just sits there, like, swinging, and he's like, oh, like, I'm just gonna be a faggot forever. Yeah, and it's just like, okay. And then the next thing you know, he's like leader of the village. And, like, the tuning exams were like bad ass, man. Like, when you got, like, Rock Lee and Gaara, or I think I actually said that right. And, like, he's just kicking ass and taking names. That's the way it should be. But there was actual, like, technique. It wasn't just, like, blowing up mountains. Like, there was, like, literally, and there was stakes. People were dying, man. Like, shit was going down. And then I watched the new show that we do not speak of, and they had the tuning exams. And, the kid is in there, Naruto's kid there, won't talk about him. And, he's just like, yep. He's like, oh, you lose. And it's just like, okay. And, like, the fights were literally, like, the fights are less than 2 minutes. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? I totally get it when you're like, oh, the Naruto fights were like 45 minutes because it was all dialogue. Yeah, if you take out the fucking dialogue, they're at least like 15. And shit was going on, man. It was intense. Like, Naruto versus Neji, like, complete uphill battle. And he's just like, yep, I got the downtown fox, you don't. And he's like, oh, okay. And he just destroys him. And he's like, oh, you're gone. And, but it was a good fight. Fucking, Shikamaru versus, Tamari, or T. I don't know. It was a good fight. And there was thought. There was, like, well, there was a thought, but I mean, there are thoughts going through the minds of these individuals, and they're planning the battle. This one's just kind of like, literally, it'll just be like some lame music, and, like, some kid just, like, explodes, and he's like, oh, I win. Like, for example, Shikamaru's son, whatever the hell his name is, I couldn't care less. He beats a chick, okay, with the Shadow Possession Jutsu, which is supposed to mimic the fucking host's movement. So, like, if you scratched your nuts, she would scratch your nuts that she doesn't have. If you like raise your arm up, she'll do it in that motion. That's what happens. He walks up to her, she follows, that's fair, and then he pulls out like a fucking kunai, like a dagger, points at her neck, and she just goes, and he's like, oh, I win. And she's like, yeah, I concede. No! She would literally do that. She would literally whip out a dagger and point it back at him, and it would be a tie. Because, and the very first tuning exam, Shikamaru throws the shuriken, and she throws one, she also throws one, and they both duck at the same time. But she hits her head on a wall, and he doesn't, because he's obviously not beside a wall. Pissed. Yeah, I can't get down with any of the characters. Like, it's just like sons and daughters of all the characters that you actually know from like other shows, like the previous two. And then you're kind of like, oh, okay, so they're just like carbon copies of the parents, and they usually have like a mixed ability of what the two parents had, which is usually just like one ability. So he's like, oh, he can just like read minds, and yeah, he's just like, oh, I don't know how you fucking do it. And it's just like, okay. Like, it's fucked. The only time I even wanted to watch that show, honest to God, was when Naruto and Sasuke came in and just fucking kicked ass together. Like, oh, that was great. They did great. I was like, just keep that up. And then it was like, gone. So I know I'll probably trigger a couple fans here, but that's okay. But I don't know, man. I'm just not really into the show. I gave it a shot. I really did. I tried. Can't get into it. Not digging it. But for anybody who's out there who's like, hey, like, this isn't too bad and I enjoy it and it doesn't really matter, then I am all for you. That is awesome. And you fucking go, Tiger. I can't do it. I can't do it, okay? Anyway, thanks so much for watching. We're gonna see you in the next video, and